Yeah, I mean, listen, Carson's our starter, and got a lot of trust and faith in him that he can get the job done, and by no means was I in a position to make a decision or make a move. Listen, it's just something that we've got to continue to coach. We got to continue to get better. He understands he has to get better in that area.
On Election Day, I appreciate Doug Peterson giving Carson Wentz a vote of confidence.
Yeah. That political answer, you mean.
Everybody needs to get their votes
the hell
right now. So, Marcellus, let me know. Can Carson Wentz get the job done for these Eagles?
Just hell no. Woo! We starting at the bottom. Now we're here. Another take. Starting from the bottom where Carson Wentz is playing right now. I know why he gave this vote of confidence.
Why's that?
Because he's stuck. You ever been in a relationship just stuck? Like that day, you're like, all right, it's over emotionally. It's over mentally, but I'm still here physically. I'm stuck. You know why the Eagles are stuck with Carson Wentz? Because of his dead cap. And that's how he's playing to them. Carson Wentz is dead to them, but they're stuck with him because he's going to make $77 million in dead cap if you get rid of him this year. What about next year? Still stuck with him. $59 million in dead cap. Goodness, when does he get to a place where it's actually advantageous for us to get rid of him? It comes in 2022. Basically, Carson Wentz, you got 2 years of sucking it up and coach giving fake political statements like he did as a vote of confidence. And you know why I know he wasn't telling the truth? And he doesn't really believe in Carson Wentz? Because look at the two choice words he used in describing Carson Wentz. Trust and faith. Oh, really? I got to believe in things I don't see. Faith. Faith in the unseen. The things that are not existing, but I have faith. I don't see it in his performance. I don't see it in his play, but I believe it's going to happen because I have trust and faith. 2017 is not returning, brother. He's a losing quarterback outside of that year that he didn't win the MVP. So I don't know where you have confidence. He didn't say that. He said trust and faith. He's believing in things he can't even see. Poor Carson Wentz and poor Eagles to be stuck with this guy.
No, Marcellus, poor listeners that have to listen and tolerate you only giving one partial biased take. Marcellus, over the course of these last several months, I have to be cautious of what I intake on television because some networks will only give you one vantage point.
I know where you're going with that.
And you, sir, are that network. And what I do, I change the channel. Because all you ever tell me is about the negatives of Carson Wentz, the turnovers, the turnovers. Can I tell you about the positives, bro? Carson Wentz, he's 8th in the NFL in touchdowns. 8th in the NFL in touchdowns. Touchdowns. Marcellus, Carson Wentz has more touchdowns than Big Ben, than Lamar Jackson, than Deshaun Watson, than Drew Brees. Carson Wentz has 10 more touchdowns than the next best NFC East quarterback. And just 2 days ago, yesterday actually, we were debating, is Carson Wentz even the best quarterback currently in the NFC? Nonsense. But when you listen to stations like Marcellus Wiley, you'll hear that kind of nonsense. I encourage you listeners, make sure you filter it out. Carson Wentz, sir, second half since week 5. Can we talk about the flight path? This is the last positivity
the flight path?
I'm going to give you. Carson Wentz since week 5.
Let's see.
He's first in the NFL.
What is that?
Oh, that's a different one. We can go there too, though.
Carson must be running this.
I got full screens.
Carson is doing this.
No. This is Darius. Okay, let's talk about this flight
Just
path.
like Carson plays all over the place. Keep going.
Are you done or are you finished?
I'm just trying to hijack your point.
Carson Wentz, first in the NFL passing touchdowns. Since week 5, second half. He's first in the NFL passing plus rushing. He's second in passing yards and rushing yards. And his team is third in points per game in the second half since week 5. You can tell me all the negatives if you want. Just understand, there are two sides to every coin. And I'm looking at the other side.
What did I just see? Did you say since week 5 after halftime? Was that full screen?
That was. I don't know what's funny.
Oh, that's like me and my wife. We don't get into any arguments on Thursdays after 8 o'clock. Like, what the hell are you doing?
That's what they tell you. They say don't argue after at midnight. Isn't that what they tell me?
Every relationship is perfect if you just take, after Thursdays at 8 p.m. What was that? That was the most cut up. I'm trying to make him look great. How about what the things that he's bad at, since you want to have balance in life, perspective? I actually flick between both channels. Yeah, I do, because I want to have balanced perspective. I don't just focus in on one, highlight one. I have perspective. I wonder who is 30th in passer rating. Can we get a full? Oh, we don't need a full screen. We just know who we talking about. That guy, Carson Wentz. Who's 31st in completion percentage? Who's 29th in passing yards and attempt? Who has the most giveaways? For every touchdown he throws an interception or fumbles the ball away. So you take a step forward and you take probably 2 steps backwards when you're talking about Carson Wentz. Not even the best quarterback in his division. You know, the best quarterback in his division has his leg propped up on a chair right now. And his name is Dak Prescott. I don't understand. You want me to talk about the positives of Carson Wentz? They should be as expected. He is a number 2 overall pick. He already got an extension. He makes the 3rd most cash in the NFL. And we are sitting there saying 30th, 31st, when you are number 2 overall and number 3 in money, make it make sense.
I'm gonna make it make sense for you.
Make it make wins.
You make and you have the same air in your thought process that so many of us have in our society. Oh, I'm gonna go global and then I'm come down.
You're coming to me like this?
Here's the issue, Marcellus. You look at an individual and you disregard the issues around them and you expect them to succeed at all costs. You look at each individual the same, although there are different circumstances that the individual has to succeed under. Where am I going with this?
I know where you're going.
Carson Wentz has been asked to do the most with the least. At a minimum, Carson Wentz has been given the least of any NFL quarterback. The first full screen they showed, now we can bring it back. Darius Slay, star cornerback. He's talking about Travis Fulgham, the same Travis Fulgham that started the year on practice squad. Darius Slay says, I love it. This was my scout dude in Detroit. Travis Fulgham, he leads the NFL in receiving yards since week 4. Was Darius Slay's scout team receiver just last year? A scout team receiver, Marcellus.
Yeah.
Darius Slay's scout team receiver is currently leading the NFL in receiving yards since week 4. Acho, don't cut it up, Acho. He started the season on practice squad. That's why I'm saying since week 4. Because he didn't start the season.
You ain't good
active.
enough.
No. He was sitting behind guys that are higher paid. You know this.
Yeah.
Guys that get paid, they get jobs now.
Yeah.
So you start the season on practice squad, and Carson Wentz has turned this dude into a stud, into a bona fide star. Very simply, Marcellus, if you're going to talk to me about all the negatives that Carson Wentz currently has, all the flaws Carson Wentz has, look at his surroundings. Don't just look at Wentz. Don't just point to the fact that Wentz hasn't succeeded. Can we talk about the environment he has to succeed in?
Oh, really? Systemic draftism? What you talking about? What the hell? He suffered from that? The hell? I want to hear about your conditions.
What's wrong with this man, America?
I hear about your conditions. Ain't nobody up here from worse conditions than me. I seen it. I know the road ahead. You better get your butt up and go get something.
He is.
Okay, but But you keep complaining about what's around him. But my issues with him are not what's around him. I do give him a pass in that respect. But I keep going to this. No matter who's around you, decision-making and accuracy is not dependent on who's around you. Be real. When we saw him take that sack last week, when he went to the left and he said, I'm going to throw it. No, I'm not. Yeah, I am. Well, maybe he held the ball for 6 seconds. I don't care who's out there. If you don't make a decision, either throw him the football or throw the football away. But take a sack, forced fumble in that moment is not based on your conditions, brother. It's based on who you are in those conditions. Don't be a product of your environment. Produce for your environment.
Here's the problem, Sel. Sometimes high-pressure situations make you make bad decisions. Let me take you back
the pressure's getting to him. Say it, Acho.
It's a high-pressure situation.
You didn't answer my question. Yes or no, or is the pressure getting to him?
Pressure gets to anybody, yes.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it does not.
Marcellus, let me talk about this for a second.
Tom Brady.
Carson Wentz is in a predicament where he knows everything is on him. Everything is on him. I just gave you his receivers. I gave you the fact that a practice squad receiver is currently the highest receiver with reception yards since week 4. When you're in tough situations, Sel, you make bad decisions.
All the time?
Sometimes, Marcellus, my sophomore year. I've told you this before.
Where we at?
I haven't told you this story, but
high school
or
college?
College.
Okay.
Your boy don't drink, but I'm at a house party. I'm at the University of Texas. We had a house party, and it's some stuff going on. I'm not partaking in, but I'm there. All of a sudden, I hear like, whoop, whoop. Hear a knock on the door. I'm on the 2nd floor.
It's the sound of the police.
The cop showed up. I'm like, uh-oh, I'm a University of Texas football player. What do? I jump out the 2nd floor window.
My dog.
I jumped out. Now, I wasn't doing nothing wrong. But it was a high-pressure situation. So I made an idiotic decision. situation. And I jump out the second floor window, land on a trash can, fall off the trash can, and now I'm hobbling down the street when I should have just walked by the cops. Hey, bruh, yeah, they up there doing some stuff. I don't know what they into. I'm over here sober as can be. But go check on them cats. Carson Wentz, Marcellus, he's in a high-pressure situation. When you're in a high-pressure situation, sometimes you do some things that you ain't got to do. Sometimes you try to make plays you ain't got to make, Sel. You should know this.
A little bit of that guilt jumped out that window with you, too. I don't know about that story right there. It's a hole or two I could poke at, but I want to keep our jobs and come back in here tomorrow. You sure you were perfect? You sure you were angelic in that?
Straight up.
Really?
Straight up.
Why didn't you?
I wouldn't lie to y'all, America.
Damn, I wish I knew you then. I would have stayed in there. Hey, they got to arrest me if I ain't did nothing wrong and I'm having fun, too. They got to arrest me. All I'm saying about Carson Wentz is he went to that same party you did.
What'd he do?
He brought a cup, but he didn't chip in. Like, everybody looking at you, hey, dog, what's in your cup? Nothing. Oh, really? But you want something. Carson Wentz, he wants all the money. He got all the money. He wants the opportunity. You're number 2 overall pick. You're a franchise quarterback. And now you're going to complain? Ain't no more drink here. Should have jumped out the window with you. Innocent.
He got away.
Sure
I got away. I ain't doing nothing wrong.
Okay.